You're 26, finishing your residency, and you've watched exactly one patient die because her family couldn't afford the drug that would have saved her. That night, you decide you're going to fix this. You're going to build a company that gets life-saving medicine to the people who actually need it. You leave clinical medicine behind and found a small biotech with a mission statement you actually mean every word of. Your first product targets a rare genetic disorder affecting maybe 4,000 people in the entire country. You spend 2 years in your own savings getting it through early trials. Patients write you letters. You read every single one. Then the venture money shows up. A firm led by a woman named Diane offers $40 million for a third of the company. She talks about scaling impact, reaching more patients faster, turning your research into something sustainable. You believe her, mostly because you want to. The first compromise feels small. Diane suggests pricing the drug at what insurance will actually bear, not what it costs to make. You tell yourself, this is just good business. The revenue funds the next drug, the next set of trials, the next group of patients. Your co-founder Sam, a chemist who's been with you since the garage lab days, raises an eyebrow but doesn't fight you on it yet. 18 months later, your board meeting takes a different turn. A banker mentions an old drug, off patent since the 1950s, no competition left in the market. It treats a rare parasitic infection, mostly seen in transplant and AIDS patients. It costs about $13 a pill to buy right now. Acquiring the rights costs $55 million. The math is almost insulting in how simple it is. You don't have to invent anything. You don't have to run a single new trial. You just have to own the only door into the market. You raise the price from $13.50 a pill to $750 overnight. That's not a typo. That's the actual multiple. Sam reads the memo and doesn't say a word to you for 3 days. Patients on this drug take it for months at a time. A single course now costs more than some of them make in a year. The company line is simple. The revenue funds research into cures nobody else is willing to pay for. Privately, you know the real reason. There's no competitor, no patent fight, no reason anyone can stop you. Sam finds you in your office late one night and asks if you've actually talked to any of the patients on this drug. You haven't. You tell him the foundation covers most uninsured patients, that 2/3 of people pay almost nothing out of pocket. He asks who pays the rest. You don't have a clean answer, so you change the subject. He resigns 3 weeks later. He doesn't sell his shares back angrily. He just leaves. And that's somehow worse. You don't stop. You acquire 2 more decades-old drugs with no real competition left. An emergency allergy injector and a heart medication seniors have used for 40 years. Each one gets the same treatment. Buy the rights, corner the supply, raise the price by a number that sounds made up. Your portfolio grows. Your investors are thrilled. Your name starts showing up in headlines you didn't write yourself. Patient advocacy groups start organizing. A mother testifies that her son's allergy injector now costs $600 for a 2-pack he needs every single year. State attorneys general start asking questions about supply agreements you signed, specifically to keep generic competitors out of the market. A federal judge later calls it exactly what it is: a scheme built to delay competition for as long as legally possible. You're called in front of Congress. Senators read patient letters out loud, the same kind of letters you used to read yourself. You're advised by lawyers to say almost nothing, so you smirk instead, because silence reads better on camera than panic does. A congressman looks directly at you and says you could go down in history as the poster boy for everything wrong with this industry. Or you could change it. You look away. You don't answer. Cameras catch the moment, and it follows you for the rest of your career. The fallout takes years to fully land. Lawsuits, settlements, a federal ban from ever running a pharmaceutical company again. You pay back tens of millions in what a judge calls ill-gotten profit, and somehow you still come out of it personally wealthy. You think about the version of yourself in the residency program, the one who cried in a hospital stairwell over a single patient he couldn't save. You didn't set out to become the villain. Nobody in this story ever does. Every step felt justified by the math in front of you at the time. Sustainability, scale, fiduciary duty. The language never changes. You change the price of a pill on a spreadsheet, and somewhere, a person decided between rent and medicine because of that number. This isn't a hypothetical. A version of almost exactly this happened in 2015 with a 60-year-old drug and a price hike of more than 5,000%. The doctor who once couldn't save one patient built a system that, for thousands of others, decided the math wasn't in their favor either.